What's going on, guys? Corey Brothers here for another video. And
E55 video.
Another E55 video. So Matt, tell me what we're doing today.
All right, so today we're gonna be replacing the rear shock absorbers on the car because if you know this car like we do, you know the shocks are pretty shot.
They're real bad.
Shocks are shot, doesn't really make sense. But anyways, we're replacing the rear shock absorbers in the back, and we're doing it ourselves because the dealership wanted $2,300 to do it. And we got a quote from somebody else, and it was $600 to just replace them using our parts. Yeah. Our parts that we got from our E550 because we did the conversion. So I was like, you know what, $2,300, $600, still way too expensive. So we're gonna go ahead and do it ourselves. And luckily, we were able to do successfully because we did it on the passenger side, right?
We did that first because we knew we were gonna. We didn't know if we were gonna mess it up or not, so we wanted to try one side first
see how it went.
and give it a try. And we did it within I think an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna show you guys how to do because we tried to find videos on YouTube and we couldn't find anything.
Yeah,
so
nothing was that great. There's a few videos that are very informational, you know, but nobody really truly showed you how to do it like step by step. So that's exactly what we're gonna show you guys how to do because it's honestly not that hard. If you got some basic tools, you know, air compressor, you'll definitely be able to knock this out. So we're gonna show you.
Let's start.
All right, guys, so since we already started on the E55, the trunk's basically all ripped apart, which we're about to show you, but for reference to show you where all the points you need to focus on, I'm gonna do it on our E550 here. All right, so the first thing you have to do down here is remove this front panel along the side of the trunk here. Now to do that, you're gonna see these little tiny clips located here, and there's gonna be two more on this side right here, and the same with that side. So once you pop those out, this panel will come off, and then you'll have access to these side panels here. And to remove these, on this car, there's these little tiny screws that I think these need to come up. It's a little bit different than the E55, but you'll see them. There's gonna be two screws here that need to come off. And then there's a little cap right here. It comes off with a screwdriver. And there's another one right under here. And then you'll have access to that panel. And then you just repeat the same steps for the other side over there. And then that side's gonna come off. And then for the floorboard, you just pull on this tab here and just yank it out. And then you have access to both of the points on the shocks. All right, so basically, once you have all those panels removed, this is what the trunk's gonna look like. It's gonna look like a disaster. And it looks like this car has some unusual wiring set up here, which I guarantee you is not from Mercedes Benz. So, but everything works, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But before we start doing anything on the other side, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery. I'm gonna disconnect the negative terminal just to be safe. All right, so as you could probably guess, the tire's gonna come off to do this job. So what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna be removing these little clips. So you're gonna see one here, here. These two need to pop out. And we might have to remove maybe this one, I forget. But these ones have to come out for sure because we have to fold back this splash guard to have access to the wire to disconnect the shock. All right, so once you have the splash guard removed, you're gonna see these three wires up here, these connections. The one that we're gonna be removing is the one with the yellow tape on it. So they'd be right there in the middle. But whenever you remove that one, this one on the end's gonna come out with it, so don't freak out if that happens. And there's gonna be a little silver pin wrapped around this that you have to remove. That way these will they'll come out easily. And then once you have that removed, there's gonna be a little clip here you have to pop out and remove this, remove that wire from this little area. And there's gonna be another one here, and one here, and then you're gonna have to feed the wire. You have to look at it all the way back here, down under here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's one. You can see where my finger is. There's one right back there where you have to disconnect it from, and there's gonna be another one. Adjust this light right here. There's gonna be another one right. Let's see. We'll move the camera this way. Wait. Right. Stop right there. There's another one right here, where my finger is, that you have to disconnect from. Very easy to do. This isn't very hard, guys. And then you're gonna follow it right back to behind the brakes. So it's gonna be connected right here where my finger is. Right there. And then you're gonna have to follow it again. And it's gonna be coming all the way to the other side, which I'm gonna show you guys in 1 second. I'm gonna move the splash guard. All right, so then you're gonna see where the wire feeds through right here. It's gonna be connected to these two little things. All you have to do is fish it out. They're very easy to do. And then the last connection is gonna be right here. You're gonna see the wire. It's connected to this piece right here. And then from there, it's gonna go straight to the shock. So you can see where it rolls around through there. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out right now. All right, so now it's time to loosen up the bolt on top of the shock right here. All right, so if your shock absorbers are as bad as ours, as soon as you take a bolt off on top, it's literally gonna just drop. And like, I mean, it's literally like right here now. So it's basically all compressed. And now it's time to take the bolt off on the bottom that's holding underneath. So now go ahead and move the camera and show them down here. It's gonna be this bolt right here, you're gonna see it. That's gonna need to be removed now so we can get the shock all the way out. All right, so here's our replacement shock from our E550. So now, to install this, what we're gonna do is we're going to actually compress it just by holding on like this. That way it'll shrink and you'll be able to fit it in there very easily. That should be good enough there. I'll give you just enough time to hold it. That's perfect. Now you're gonna give it a second and let it decompress and go back to where it needs to go. And then you'll be ready to put the bolts in. Alright, so as you can see, we are completely finished here with this project. Basically all you gotta do is reverse the steps you did from the first, from the beginning. And it's super easy to do. Like I mentioned, they wanted what, $2,300 from the dealership? $2,300 from the dealership to install it, and we got other quotes that are too expensive, and we said, you know what, we're gonna try to knock it out ourselves, and we successfully did that. Now, as you can see here, the car looks a little bit high, but once you start up and let it run, it's gonna adjust back down to the normal ride height. So yeah, it looks perfect now, and I think it's ready for a little test drive. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we are completely done with this project here. We just got back from our test drive. The car runs fantastic. Before we replaced them, the car is basically bouncing all over the road, and I mean, it was just awful. We couldn't take it anymore. So this project's done. It wasn't very hard at all. I mean, if you know how to work on cars at all, I mean, this is all new to us, honestly.
Yeah, so, this took us 3 hours to do with a lot of downtime, like messing around. We had people over and they were BSing. So this is like if you know what you're doing, probably 45 minutes each side, you'll get it done.
Yeah, maybe like an extra 15, 20 minutes to take the stuff out of the trunk. But all in all, let's just say you're looking at about 3 hours for this job. Yeah, so it's not very hard. And we'll go ahead and show them the ride height here, because like I said, once you run the car for a little bit, the ride height's gonna go back down to normal. And as you can tell, there it is. You can got about what, 2 fingers in there, so it's nice and low, just like how it's supposed to be. And yeah, so that was super easy, and that's that. And go ahead and finish it off, Nick. And there you go. Where you at? There you go.
Let me go and take the camera.
Take the camera.
Yeah. All right.
Finish it off.
So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We couldn't find many videos on how to do this, so hopefully anyone with the E55 or any, what, W211?
Yeah, this is gonna work on any W211 with the air suspension. It'll work on the CLS, what is it, the W219?
I forget the number, but yeah.
The 06 to 011 CLS, that'll work, you know, same procedure. And even the S classes from like this generation, earlier.
Anything from this generation of Mercedes, you can probably do this exact same thing.
And if it's not the same, it's gonna be very similar. So you follow the steps, and it's gonna be, like I said, basically similar, and it's not really hard to do. So
no, so we didn't know what we were doing. We messed around. So that was so we did the first was it the driver's side? No, we did the passenger side first, just so we didn't look like a bunch of fools not knowing what we're doing. But once we figured it out, it wasn't too bad. So
it's really not that bad, honestly.
Yeah, so hopefully this is a nice little easy project you guys can do to save a lot of money. So like Matt said in some point in this video,
I think I said it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, this is a $2,300 job at the dealership, and we're like $600 to $700 somewhere else at a local shop. So
that's using our parts.
Yeah, so remember, we used the parts from our E550, the shock. So you know, we saved a good amount of money. So
we did it for free.
Did it for free.
We did it for free. Yeah. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about this installation process, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you. I'll get back to everybody.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We'll always be answering questions on there if anybody has any.
Yeah, so slide the DM there, the Conforti brothers.
Yep.
And,
all right, that should be it.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, till next time. Take care.